Hello there and welcome to my channel. I am Ashley Marshall and I'm here today to do a 2/22/2022 reading for you. So why is this day so important? Well, in numerology, when you add up all the 2's, it equals a 10, and then when you add 1 to 0, it gives us a 1. Which means that this day is a really great portal, a great opening for really powerful manifestations. It also ends a numerology cycle that started back in the year 2000, repeated again in 2002, and then again in 2020. So you can look back to those dates to see what was going on, if anything is repeating itself. 2 is also a number about balance, about manifestation. It's about balancing the feminine with the masculine, and it may also highlight our current partnerships and is really calling us to bring those partnerships, whether they're romantic, business, friendships, into balance. So really calling for lots of balance. It's also a great time to work with spirit guides, and because we also just entered Pisces season, it kind of gives it that extra potent magical juice to do ancestral work. It's another time of the year where the realm is thin. You may hear that during Scorpio season, and it's also true of Pisces season. So if you're ever feeling like you do try to do ancestral work or connecting to guides or angels and there's angels and there tends to be a block, this is another part of the year where there may be less of that blockage for you. So this is going to be a pick a pile reading, and the first pile will be the mini turquoise rosary. So that's pile 1. Pile 2 is going to be the wooden rosary. And pile 3 is going to be the large turquoise rosary. So I'll give you another view just so you can see which one resonates. If you want to pick more than one pile, that is fine. Pile 1, small turquoise rosary. Pile 2 is the brown wooden rosary. And pile 3 is the large turquoise rosary. Oh, and I forgot to mention that this is going to be a reading from the ancestors, from your ancestors. So pile 1, the small turquoise rosary. The tarot card that you got is 4 of Fire, so 4 of Wands. This is associated with the fire signs in astrology, so Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. So for pile 1, this 2/22/22, the theme for you: 4 of Fire, contentment, peace, abundance, happy home life, the successful completion of a project. So the energy that I'm getting here for this pile is, that you've been working hard, okay? You've been working hard to bring something to completion. And what I'm getting is that once this project is through, as you're nearing the end of the project, that balance that the 2/22/22 numerology energy is calling for, is it's going to automatically bring balance back to your home life and your work life. And I think it'll make the people in your home feel good. There seems like things are going to be brought back to balance, which is okay. When we go through periods where something required a lot of your energy and a lot of your effort and a lot of your attention and time, that's great, especially if it's something, and I'm getting the energy that it is something that you're really excited about. And I'm feeling that, once the completion of this goes through, that home life will be brought to balance, and this also has the energy that the project is successful. Okay. Also, if you've ever been called to work with dragon energy, so similar as the angelic realm, there's unicorns, fairies, and also dragons. So I'm hearing for the 4 of fire, you may be called with this 2/22/2022 energy to start tapping into that energy and using the dragon realm as like a spirit guide for you. And again, with that 2 energy, it can be a really great time to connect with the spiritual realm and spirit guides. And if things were brought off balance by you putting all of your attention into this project, I feel like, not forgiveness, but there's going to be this sense coming from your family and home life that satisfaction, right? Things, again, brought back to balance, where maybe now, because this project has ended, it's completed, you can put some of that energy back into home life. I'm hearing like cleaning, organization, yard work, the projects that maybe you had to put off at home because you were so involved and enthralled in this project. Let me see if there's any like buzzwords that I want to add to this. Oh yeah, so this card can also signify that there is an engagement on the way, a marriage coming up. I'm feeling like some of the energy here is that some of you are planning a wedding. So I'm feeling like the energy with this card is that it's going to be happy, positive planning, which is always nice to hear, right? Yeah, and can also signify reaching a milestone at work. So if you have not been putting your energy and effort into a project in particular, maybe it's something that happened in the past, and then a raise is coming with this 2/22/22 energy. Okay, so that is the theme for you, looking like home and work life is going to be brought back to balance. Successful ventures at work or anything that you are currently involved with will likely be successful, and any concerns that you've had of home and work life being imbalanced and maybe not putting as much effort and energy into family or house projects seems to be really quickly relieved with the finality of this project, right? Right, and then from the Arcana of Astrology Oracle deck, pile 1, you received Gemini. So for Gemini to come up in a reading, it can be calling on you, and because Gemini can adapt really well. So calling on you to hone in your skills of adaptability. There may be some change with this project ending. There may be a change to, will likely be a change to your daily routine, your daily schedule. I'm feeling like this project was something that really took you away. Like maybe you were even living away from home and now you're going to be moving back home. So it's going to, this situation, this time is going to require you to be quite adaptable, because usually when Gemini comes up in a reading, it means that there is some sort of change coming your way. Okay. It also might require you to lean into your local community, lean into the connections that you have surrounding you, and to ask for help and to allow that to be okay, which isn't always the easiest thing maybe for Gemini, to not have all of the answers it may require you to use like more of intellectual, more left brain, as opposed to emotional right brain thinking. And yeah, I'm seeing the shift in career that's affecting your shift in home. So like I said, maybe you were away and now you're coming back home and you realized like maybe your family moved to a different neighborhood. You were always away for business, so you didn't really get like the chance to really get comfortable and to meet them and to know them. And so this is going to be a new experience for you, which requires you to be less emotional, more logical, and to adapt to your new circumstances and surroundings. And it's also a call to check in on those connections that you have, your friendships, family, the people in your neighborhood, your local community. And, you know, because we're in this 2022 energy, kind of like reviewing, reassessing those bonds and those ties, and is my community supportive of me? Am I a part of the community? Am I being supportive of the community around me? So I want to read the symbols that go with this card, because you may be seeing, or they may be more available. They may be showing themselves more to you, and that's kind of like a validation to hone in more Gemini energy. So those symbols are feathers, herbs, and birds. Yeah, and then some keywords associated with this are inquisitive, mischief, social, wit, intellect, opinionated, and duality. All right, and then the ancestral card that you received, pile 1, was shadow darkness. So this is the ancestral archetype energy of the shadow. And what I'm getting with this card is, while you have all these good, wonderful things going on, it's almost like this is kind of creeping in the back, like, don't forget me. Don't forget to heal me. It's when we try to silence or ignore our shadow selves that it kind of starts to creep in and unknowingly sometimes ruin the progress that we've made, right? So that's, self-sabotage. And so the shadow ancestor archetype is coming to remind you that while it's good and wonderful to be focused on the good and positive in life, and you do have good things coming to you, don't ignore these whispers, these lingering things. I remember recently somewhere I read that if you don't know like what or who your shadow self is, think about the thing that you dislike about yourself the most, the thing that you want to ignore, or the biggest problem in your life that you want to ignore, right? The thing that anytime you think about healing it or working through it, it kind of shocks you and you're turned off and you keep packing it away for later. So the shadow archetype ancestor is here to tell you that you can only do that so many times. You can only tuck this away for tomorrow so many times before it enters your life at its own desire. Right? And, usually this shadow stuff comes up when we have been triggered and end up, like taking it out on the person when really there's a lot more root stuff going on. So 2022 might kick up some shadow work for you to do. This is actually like a really great potent time, as I was saying earlier, to do this work, because we're in Pisces season and we do have, I don't know if you're feeling it already yet, or maybe you won't, but there is this slowness that is just starting to come. And this is right before Aries season, so once Aries season starts, it's like fast. Aries is a fire sign, fast, energy, go, go, go. Well, taking this time, taking this, month or so, like till March 18th or 20th or something, up until that time to tie up loose ends, to work with the therapist, to do inner child work, mother wound work, shadow work, right? And what is shadow work? Like I said, it's the stuff that we push away for later, that we don't want to deal with, that we don't want to look at. So I think that 2022 is going to be really great for you, pile 1. Contentment, peace, and abundance, happy home life. Just remember that the shadow is there. I'm also hearing like, not trying to deny, not trying to hide yourself, at least not from yourself, right? Meeting yourself with compassion. And that can be so healing when we can accept this part of us that we've always had such disdain and hate towards. I'm also hearing that for some of you, if you chose this pile 1, that working through some of this more difficult energy, some of the things that you've been wanting to ignore, if you've been feeling like community and partnerships and just going out in the world has been a struggle for you, that this will open lots of doors for you. Because what I'm hearing is that you're afraid that everyone else is going to meet this person, right? Shadow you. You don't want them to see shadow you. But when we are able to be open and vulnerable with people and show them our shadow selves, oftentimes those are the most, the best relationships. But proceed with caution, right? We only want to kind of show those parts of ourselves to those who are worthy and deserving and safe. So going within, checking the body. And I realized I didn't pick any animal oracle cards like I was going to, so we'll just pick those live. Okay, so you got pile 1, you got Black Panther, passion, follow your passion. So 2022 might, as well as kicking up some of that shadow work for you, it's likely that moving through that will clear the way for you to pay more attention and more focus on your passions. And I'm hearing like usually that's it. Usually when someone is in a place where they are feeling like they're open to receiving and they're ready to, step into their truth and follow their natural blueprint, this keeps knocking on the door to be worked on. And we're wondering, like, why are we stuck? Why aren't things coming to us? Well, I'm open, right? I'm receiving, but you may also be trying to hide this part of you, right? Which wants to come to light, wants to be loved and accepted. Okay, so that's what I'm getting for pile 1. We're gonna move over to pile 2, the brown rosary. And the tarot card that pile 2 received is 12, Awakening, Archangel Gabriel. Look at things from a different perspective. A temporary standstill. It's important to be yourself. So just taking that in, what I'm getting for this pile is that there's a lot of energy, good energy that wants to be put somewhere. And you may likely have a project or lots of things that you're working on, but kind of perfectly lining up with Pisces season is you're being asked to just exist in this moment. And I'm feeling like there's like these questions like, well, what's my next step? And I want to make my next move. And you may be seeking lots of counsel, like getting lots of card readings, asking lots of friends, like, what should I do? What's next? And the result may be frustrating because there is no next step right now, or the next step is to do nothing, is to let things unfold. So when we do things in the world, there's the energy that we put out into it, and then there's the universeless side in it. And oftentimes when we're working and we're toiling and we're toiling and we're toiling away, and we're getting, frustrated, that's usually when we need to stop. And something that can be really helpful that I do, and you can even do like a visualization, which can be really powerful too. And if you would like a visualization for this, you can comment below and let me know. To like you're imagining yourself physically handing off like the worry or the concern about the next step, right, to the universe. Like, I'm putting this in your hands. I am handing it over with the energy and the full belief that this will be taken care of and that I don't have to toil anymore. And of course, then 2 hours later, you're back on trying to do another card reading or whatever, but then just repeating that, right? That you trust that it is being taken care of, or that you're getting help with it, right? Also, I think there's been a lot of looking, especially when you're in this point where you're supposed to be in a standstill, but you're not listening to it. And I'm very much like this, so I'm probably talking to myself, but so it's sending you going out for all these other answers. Like I said, you're doing these card readings, you may be, asking other people, research, and what I'm hearing is, unfortunately, is they don't really have the answer for you. And the more that you're turning outward, the more that you're picking up on what other people are doing, and it's becoming a part of you, and it's taking away the natural gift that you have to offer. So that's why there's this sentence that says it's important to be yourself. So maybe you need this standstill, maybe you need this time and this moment to just not pick up energetically what other people are doing for their business and how they're doing it. Because when we're in this standstill, when it feels like nothing's flowing, but we don't realize that really on the back end the universe is moving, but you're going out there and you're like, well, they're doing it this way, so maybe I'll offer that. I'll offer this reading, or I'll do this, or I'll make this video. And this is really a call for patience, which is annoying, but also perfect for Pisces season, going within. And if that means like logging out of Instagram more, deleting the app on the weekend, setting specific hours, because there's some energy here about like what other people are doing. Again, it's an especially vulnerable time when you are in that waiting period of receiving, and you're allowing the universe to put things into motion for you that you just can't, because that's their part of it. That you're spending all this time looking at what other people are doing, and that's just clogging you up. And there's probably like a lot of, I'm hearing with this pile, like a lot of information overload, right? Yeah, let's see if there's any other buzzwords in here. Yeah, because it is Archangel Gabriel 2022 may offer like a huge awakening. There may be a huge awakening for people with this pile about how to move forward. Just make sure that you are taking that time in solitude. This card can also signify epiphanies, right? So having, like I said, having an awakening, an epiphany around the next step to take. And it also marks unexpected life changes, right? So when we have surprises and miracles and unexpected things all coming, it's actually really behooves us to just be in this receiving place, right? If all of that is getting magically made for you on the other side, it makes sense that you here on this side in this space do what you can to be calm and receive. And it's also kind of like Mercury retrograde energy, like reassess, review, reread. Okay, so that's a lot of the energy with this card. And then so perfect. So from the Arcana of our Astrology Guidebook, you got Pisces. So we just stepped into Pisces season, which rules, it's the last sign of the zodiac, right? Rules shedding and death. It can be a really great time to, work with a therapist. Do that inner work. Go deep. The symbols, in case any of them may be popping up for you in this pile number 2, associated with Pisces are shells, water, fish, coral, starfish, and lilies. So this card can also represent and signify mixed emotions, not knowing which way to go, right? And people will make fun of Pisces because the symbol for Pisces is the fish swimming in the other direction. Always, right? Always, maybe not always, but deciding, making a decision, being tugged, one way over the other, right? Pisces is a very extremely sensitive, intuitive sign, so you may be having lots of intuitive downloads. You may be, recreating, rediscovering that relationship with your intuition and what that feels like, because trauma can take us away from it, so we're not always in tune with it. This can also signify that there is some confusion going on, and what I think is the confusion is like being in this standstill, because no one likes to be in this in-between place, right? Even though I'm telling you, if I pick this pile, which I didn't really pick a pile yet, did I? I kind of picked this pile, let's just say. I still don't love to hear it. It's still hard to embody and to actually do. And that's why I think, having those affirmations, the one that I shared earlier, and one that would be good here, similar to what I said earlier, I trust that the universe is moving things in my favor, right? Shifting things in my favor. And if affirmations work for you, saying that, journaling that can bring some fresh energy to feeling like you don't know what's going to come next, right? But there's also this energy here with the Pisces to not make rash decisions. You might be feeling like you really need to, and the awakening and the Pisces card are really calling you please, no, take a beat. And remember, there is this reassess, review energy here. Spending some time in isolation. It doesn't have to be isolation, but alone. All those things, working with a coach, with a mentor, all those things that can really add to our growth, right? Our spiritual and mental growth. All right, so for the ancestor card that you received, you got Shaman, Spirit Guide. Oh, I love this. This goes perfectly with the 2022 energy, and also well with Pisces season. So I'm hearing that this archetype, you may also be seeing hummingbirds everywhere, right? And this is also a call to be Piscean, to be quiet, to take time and space for, meditation, solitude, time in nature. And the Shaman card can be a call to, work with a shaman. It doesn't have to be a shaman, but it can be a really big call to lean into mentorship, whether that's spiritual mentorship, career mentorship. I'm feeling like for this pile, it's more spiritual. Yeah, and with this card, I think that maybe a lot of the messages that have been coming your way have not been getting to you because you may have been closed off. You may not be open to receiving because you're so pissed about being in this standstill, and that's often what happens, right? But I'm hearing from the Shaman Ancestral Oracle card energy that it's safe for you to take this time to be in a temporary standstill, and you may really feel called to work with animal oracle energy, particularly birds, and particularly birds and hummingbirds, and to work with your spirit guides, which that's a direct call from them, like work with us, especially if you feel called to, of course only as it resonates with you, on to 2022. I'm hearing that a lot of you who pick this pile and do start this work on this day are opening yourself up for a lifetime of a relationship of support and positive energy, and your validation that you're going to receive, that you're being heard, that telephone cord is actually going from you to someone else, and you're not just saying prayers out into, endless nothing, is through the hummingbird. Ooh, that gave me chills because I've been seeing hummingbirds a lot. I did say I picked this pile, right? I kind of picked two. So, yeah. Many people in this pile are going to be getting the hummingbird message. And again, that's validation that the connection is open, the door's open. If you've already been talking with spirit guides, then yeah, that's your validation. Ooh, I love that. And who and what are spirit guides? Lots of people believe that we are all born into this world and into this lifetime with spirit guides. Of course, whatever resonates with you and whatever you believe is what's going to be true, right? But they can be, like I said, dragons, fairies, unicorns, angel energy, ancestors, right? Yeah, I'm feeling the energy of lots of animal spirit guides in this one, but still open to all. And ancestral, I'm hearing, because of the Pisces, right? Yeah, so if you feel called to do any of that work, if you want more information on how to do that, you can leave a comment below, and I'd love to share some of my practices. And let's pick an animal oracle for pile 2. Buffalo, abundance. You are provided for in all ways. So that's really bringing back that idea of allowing yourself to be okay with this standstill. This is important time too. We need this time too, right? Things are always being woven, and the universe needs its part. And when you can let things go for a little while, very funny coming from me, then you are opening yourself up even more to receiving. Okay, so that was pile 2. If it resonated, I would love, love, love if you like, comment, subscribe. I would love to hear from you. And now we're going to move on to pile 3. Last pile, and we have the large turquoise rosary. And pile 3, your tarot card is 3 of fire, okay? So another fire card, and that's associated with wands and also the astrological signs Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. Abundance, things look very good. Have patience at this time. Make long-term plans. I'm feeling the energy of this pile for 2022 is more on the career path. So abundance, as we are speaking about career, is what I'm hearing and feeling and seeing. Ooh, I didn't even see that volcano in the background. that kind of, I feel like the image in this is like an indication, and she's just kind of like watching the volcano. Make plans, don't just watch it erupt, have a plan. What I'm hearing is like this pile really wants abundance. They want patients, clients, customers, right? Whatever it is, but you need to make sure that you're prepared for all of this, because of course we all want money and abundance and everything, but do you actually have like the documents ready to sign? Do you have, say you're a jeweler, have you made enough earrings? You want to sell 20 pairs, you only have 3, you only made 3. So it's kind of a call out, but in a gentle way. Right? So she's like watching. I love how the dragon's looking at her too. Like, do you see that volcano erupting in the background? Like, and what I'm hearing and feeling, it's not like, volcano, we need to run hot lava. It's like a volcano of abundance. It's a volcano of good. But even if lava, say lava was like a really great thing, and maybe geologically it is, but I don't know. You know, say it was gold running down, like you still need the pans and the dishes and the everything, right, to collect the gold. Terrible analogy, but that's what I'm hearing. Similar to pile 2, exercising your patience and having patience, I don't think it's going to be the same as pile 2 where you're literally at a standstill. I think there's going to be times in your career where things are picked up a little bit, and there's going to be times where they're not, and being comfortable and allowing yourself that time. And I'm also hearing not thinking that that time means it's all done and like it's over and it's the worst and I'm bankrupt and my business is over. Like, that's not what it is. We all move through these fluctuating times, right? So not getting lost in thinking that something is the end, something is at its end, because it's not, right? And the way things are unfolding, I feel like once 2022 comes, they're going to unfold quickly. That lava is coming quick. So taking this time, which again, for this pile, I've said it twice already, it's Pisces season. Pisces is kind of like, I don't like to say it's Mercury retrograde energy, but it's that energy of final last time of rest before the seasons pick up and it's warmer and we start being more active and going out more, right? Moving with that flow of nature. I'm going to see if there's any more buzzwords here that want to come out. Yeah, a thriving business. This also can be indicate and be calling on you to seek mentorship, or getting advice in some way. Not necessarily mentorship as much as pile 2, but just seeking advice for your business, okay? Because it's going to pick up and you want to be ready, right, for all of that abundance. Perfect. Okay, so pile 3, the arcana of astrology that you got the 10th house. Okay, the 10th house in astrology rules over our career, our public life, our public achievements. And this is like career. People see the 6th house more as like daily work or daily grind. So this is like what you want to be, what you want to do. So I feel if it's not already happened, once 2022 hits today, so beginning today, you may start to see yourself in the spotlight, right? This can indicate a change in careers. It can indicate a raise. It can indicate being recognized at work for something. So any of those things could be happening. So prepare, right? Preparing. And how do you prepare when you don't know what's coming? Expecting the best, the very best outcome that is for your best and highest good, that's going to make you the happiest and most successful and healthy, right? The way that you are out in the world, the way that you show yourself to the world might also change. And let's see if I'm missing anything else, any other words. There are no symbols for the houses, just keywords. So rebellion, oh sorry, wrong house. I was gonna say rebellion, that's the 11th house. Career, status, destiny, promotion, and social roles, right? 10th house is ruled by Capricorn, ruled by Saturn, so often can indicate, you know, Saturn is a lot about hard work. So this may be the start of you getting lots of work, getting lots of clients, getting more customers, right? Getting more patients, whatever it is. Getting more job offers, like if you're an independent contractor, right? And let's see if anything else is coming up about it. Yeah, just want to clarify that this is about like dream job, dream work, long time stuff as opposed to 6th house. So really exciting, I see, for pile 3. Let's look and see who your ancestor is. So the ancestral archetype, the one that is speaking to you, communicating with you, and wants to send you these messages, is the animal. The ancestral animal archetype who always listens to their instinct. Okay, so you're gonna want to follow your instincts for what comes up around this 2/22/2022, whether that's new offers, job change, really checking out your surroundings. I think we got this in a last reading, but this can be really indicative of scoping things out, making sure things are safe before moving forward. So that patience is coming back in a little bit, right? These new opportunities, these new like career change, influx of clients and customers, cash, whatever. It does require you to stay a little bit, not hyper vigilant, but a little bit vigilant of your surroundings, who you're surrounding yourself with. I'm also hearing like your schedule, your routine, okay? Yeah, there's gonna be some decision. There may be some decision that comes up that's gonna require you to really tap into that inner knowing, okay? And it's like, animals don't even have to do it, it's instinctual for them. So, and I'm also hearing like if you are very disconnected from your intuition and your instincts and all that, like nervous system health work can be really great. Irene Lyon is a really great resource on Instagram. I felt called to say that for this group, because it may require, you know, this new change in your career, shift in your career, being put out in the spotlight, having your public life and your public role shifts, maybe putting you into a new world. Like say you're an actor and you just got this offer to do a movie, and now all of a sudden you're freaking famous, right? Checking out who's surrounding you, who's working with you, who's whispering in your ear, who's trying to encourage you one way or another is going to be important for you. Because what happens when we become, you know, more famous, or we have more clients, we have more money, you know, these leeches kind of come in. And what I'm getting here for this group for pile 3 is this really about like your energy. So you're going to be having a lot of this wonderful stuff happening and abundance and changes in your career, making sure that you're only giving that energy to the right people, right? Okay, let's get you an animal oracle card to finish this out. All right, perfect. Bear, boundaries, stand your ground. So really what I was saying, they kind of have like a similar thing where they're checking their surroundings and they're firm, right? So creating boundaries around maybe these new people who all of a sudden are surrounding you because of this change in your public life and in your career. really working to build your inner strength, right? So going back to this idea of taking patience, you know, this, you may look back on this and be like, wow, I really valued that time, like it went so quick. It may be a very small window for you, but whatever time it is for you to build on your inner strength, right? And doing a physical thing like boxing, like if you're someone who just is really like copacetic, you just want to follow the leader and you don't want to ruffle any feathers, like taking a boxing class, something that brings your power back into your body, because it's great to be copacetic. It's great to want, you know, the best and highest good for everybody, but sometimes the people that are surrounding us are going to channel that energy and use it against us. So being the bear, right? Honing in on your inner strength in order to accept all the wonderful change that is coming to you, pile 3, today on February 22nd, 2022, is what I see gonna benefit you. So that's it. I'm feeling that like that's the end. Thank you so much for watching. Again, if any of this resonated for you, please like, comment, subscribe. I would love to hear from you. Happy manifestation. If you feel like this day has come and you don't feel good and you're not feeling like vibing with the energies, pretend it's 2022 tomorrow and you can try all over again. So again, thank you for stopping by and watching. I love you all and thank you for your support, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.